Charlie, you're the guest here. Let's kick this one to you. We've got the 49ers and the Seahawks going at it on Saturday and Wild Card weekend. Who do you think is going to win and why?
Uh, the Geno Cinderella story is not going to be very nice in this one. They their defense is not a Pete Carroll defense of recent years, and it's well, I guess of old years. Their recent years have been all not very good. And I mean, Geno's been a career backup. Like I would love for the Cinderella story to keep going. He's like second or third in the league for passer rating, but that 49er defense is all world. They're disgusting. Bosa's probably going to get to him 4 or 5 times and get him on the ground 2 or 3. Like it's no, it's this game's not going to last long. I'm assuming it'll probably be pretty much over mid third. The spread's what right now? 9.5. Yeah, I could see it easily going +10 for San Fran. Like it's not going to last.
Kev, go ahead.
Dude, I got this as a route, to be honest with you. No disrespect to Seattle. No disrespect to Pete Carroll and Geno Smith. Geno earned himself a payday this season for sure. Top in the league in completion percentage, like Charlie said. Top 3 in passer rating. I mean, threw for over 4,000 yards. If I'm not mistaken, that's a Seattle Seahawks franchise record. Russell. But, overall, I just find that to be absolutely comical that this game is even a game. I mean, Kyle already said it. 10-game win streak, league's best defense, doing it with their third quarterback of the year, one of the most brilliant offensive minds in Kyle Shanahan as their head coach. I mean, D'Amico Ryans has this defense absolutely swarming and just hungry to dominate whoever's in front of them under center. And I think that this game is going to be it's going to get out of hand quickly. I mean, Deebo Samuel's back. Christian McCaffrey's having himself an incredible season. And Nick Bosa's having a defensive player of the year category, statistical season as well. So, I mean, the Niners smacked them around in the regular season 2 times, and I'm not going to go out there and say that the regular season makes a difference, but when it's a divisional opponent, you kind of know who you're playing against, you're familiar with their scheme, and Charlie also said, I mean, Seattle's defense is pretty piss poor. It's probably one of the worst defenses in the postseason right there next to Minnesota. So, I mean, I got the 49ers probably winning by 17-plus points in my personal opinion. I think that Christian McCaffrey just blows a hole in this defense and probably rushes for over 125 yards. I think Brock Purdy won't have to do too much because the run game's going to get out of hand, and they'll probably go up early with maybe even a defensive score. So I got this going I don't know, 35-17, 35-21 if Seattle can get into a rhythm. They do have DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett and the offensive rookie of the year, in my opinion, in Kenneth Walker. But with the inexperience in the postseason and a bad defense, it's not a good formula to win against the league's best defense in the postseason.
I agree with you guys completely on this one. I think the 49ers are going to run away with this one. Charlie, I tend to agree with you. I think more than likely this game is going to pretty much be over by around mid-third quarter. Hell, it could even be over by halftime. I mean, the way that this game is set up for the 49ers, I think it's well in their hands simply just because I think when you look at each level or just really each unit specifically, whether it's offense, defense, special teams, I think the 49ers win every single category. Just because if you look at it from an offensive perspective, no matter quarterback who they've had in this year, whether it was Trey Lance, Jimmy Garoppolo, and now Brock Purdy, I mean, it's really just been a humming machine pretty much the entire year. Finishing on a 10-game win streak is absolutely phenomenal. Brock Purdy has not lost a start since filling in for Jimmy G in relief. And when you tie in all the weapons that they have at their disposal in that offense, outside of Brock Purdy, you got Christian McCaffrey, you've got Deebo Samuel who's coming back, you've got Jawan Jennings, you got Brandon Ayuk, you got George Kittle. I mean, good luck trying to stop that if you're Seattle from a defensive perspective. I just don't think they're going to be able to. And then when you kick it to San Fran's defense, San Fran has one of the best defenses, if not the best defense in the NFL. The only defense that may be similar in nature, maybe the Buffalo Bills, but I'm more inclined to believe that the 49ers have a better defense. I mean, there have been games where they've just completely shut down opposing offenses. They've done it to the Seahawks twice this year already, and I don't really see any other pathway forward other than the Seahawks taking an L here. I think the only way the Seahawks win this game, if I'm to give them a little bit of hope, is they have to force some turnovers against the 49ers offense, and they have to immediately cash those in for touchdowns. They cannot settle for field goals in this game against San Fran. San Fran is just too explosive from an offensive perspective to be settling for 3 points. Geno Smith has been very good this year, but like Charlie said, I do think like that Cinderella type story that we've seen from Geno Smith this year, it does come to an end. But, as far as I see the result being, I got the 49ers winning this one big, like Kev said, probably somewhere around 14 to 17 points. I think that that's probably more than likely I see the result being as well. If I had to put a score on it, I think San Fran wins this one by the score of, let's say, 31 to 14. I just think that Seattle's going to struggle to move the ball offensively against that defense in San Francisco. And I think Brock Purdy is going to have a pretty solid day overall, but I think it's going to be a pretty well-rounded offensive show from the 49ers simply just because they can run the ball effectively, they can pass the ball effectively, and if Deebo Samuel, if they utilize him out of the backfield or get him on some jet sweeps, if you're Seattle, just watch out. It's going to be a train wreck for Seattle if they let the 49ers get rolling, and if Seattle turns the ball over on top of it, this could potentially be a 3-touchdown loss for Seattle. So to wrap this up, I got San Fran advancing to the divisional round and smacking the Seahawks pretty convincingly as far as I see it.